Hi all, welcome back to the final whistle then for another stream on the channel, another late night whistle. Welcome. So more players being linked away, another one leaves as Leicester City's merry-go-round of not bringing anybody in goes on. There seems to be more on the revolving door than players coming through the door. Kasey McAteer has departed today to join Ipswich Town. We are going to discuss that one. Wout Faes is being linked away to Besiktas. Nottingham Forest, could they make a late bid for Victor Kristiansen this transfer window? I think there's 9 days left of the window. So, it's going to be interesting to see what goes on. A lot more to discuss, of course, regarding other players and everything else leading up to the Charlton game. Guys, as always, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new and you haven't subscribed to the final whistle. Please get down and do so. It'll help me out massively. Let's see who's in the chat. Dave, how are we, mate? Hope you're good. Hi, Jack. All right. McAteer, didn't see that one coming. I don't think I did either, Dave, to be fair. Hello, Kyle. How are we, mate? Hi, Jack. But no one left at this rate. I know. Where's your pride and joy, Jack? My pride and joy is Leicester City, mate. I've got the bloody shirt on you. You sort of criticised me for and said, he's not going to get that done. He's not going to get it done. I did. Don't worry. I've got it done. I'm not showing you the back of it. You're only seeing the front of it. I'm sorry. Hi, Jack. Sorry, mate. Just off at Soho. See you tomorrow, mate. See you later, pal. Azza, how are we, mate? Fungusita, hello. How are we, mate? Dan, hello. How are we, pal? If anyone wants to come in and have a chat, feel free. Josh, I don't know if you want to come in, mate, and have a chat. Turn around, mate. Let's see it, hello. Hey up, Mr. Whistle, my dad. Hello. So, let's kick it off. We're going to talk about this. Right, so a few weeks ago, I put a poll out and I said, so I had 500 likes on the post for player to go on the back of the shirt, which was Jordan Ayew. So Leicester fan says, Jack, you can't do that. We have to pick the player for you. So they said to put a poll out and let me know who you think should go on the shirt. So we got voting. I think it was a day or so. But the final results was Oliver Skipp at 51%, Jordan Ayew at 30%. And 8% Samare. I think Bobby D Cordova got a vote in there somewhere. 90 British pounds, by the way. And that's what it looks like. That's what it looked like. The Oliver Skipp shirt. There it is. I've got it on just for you lot. Just for the show. It's I'll probably say it's not my finest hour, but a deal's a deal. I did put the post out and people said, Jack, you're a chicken. You ain't getting that done. You ain't going to do it. You're going to pull it out and you're going to delete it and whatever. But did I? No, I didn't. Rob, how are we, mate? Hope you're good. You're hoping to get new signings to the door at the Foxes, Jack, after the departures of Hermanson and Ndidi, now McAteer. Well, don't forget Connor Cody. You don't want to become a forgotten man like bloody Koulibaly at this point. It would be 18 years. It would work to Alexandra. Wow. Evening, Michael. How are we, mate? Everyone's for sale by the looks of it. Yeah, it looks like a bloody shutdown, doesn't it? Sale. Bloody whatever. Evening, Whistle. Fair play. I'm getting the Skipp shirt. Well, I kept to my word. You were asking for trouble with doing that. Didn't I just know about it? 20 million did he cost us? 25? Well, what a beauty. You just need to lose some hair now, mate. Do you know what? I got a nice bit of hair. And do you know what? I got called Connor Cody the other day. I did the food review for Preston away, and someone called me Connor Cody. I was disappointed. That was my head in my hand. Bristol City beating Derby. Fantastic. We all like that. Did they ask you if you're sure when getting it printed? Well, he said he'd have the enjoyment of printing it for me, to be fair. He'd have the honour of doing it, and he said he's going to enjoy doing it. So, yeah, he had some great time printing that shirt. I said to him, how many people have actually brought it? He said, a couple, but he said, well, I've seen your post, I've seen your vote, and there we go. He said, who do you want on the back of it? I said, Oliver Skipp. He said, no change in your mind. Well, Mads isn't having a good night. Was it 2-1 now, was it, Chelsea? I've decided to watch West Ham Chelsea, the Potter Derby. Skipp is jealous, love. Honestly. Should we get it signed by Oliver Skipp? And should we then should we auction it off for charity maybe? What do you reckon? Should we get Oliver Skipp to sign it himself? And then, what do we think? Should we sort of do it? If you like, subscribe to the channel, or even with a chance of winning it, to be fair. So I don't think anyone's going to want an Oliver Skipp shirt hanging on the wall. Will you recruit this season? Well, that's what we're hoping for, Mark, to be fair, mate, that actually happens. It's 3-1 now, is it? Jesus Christ. Is it? Is it 3-1? Let's have a look. Oh, Jesus Christ, it is. Neto, Enzo Fernandez. Wow. You get a quid. You know what? If we all do a raffle, quid each. If we get 70 people, 70 quid. So yeah, why not? Potter is having a mare. All for a good cause to have your top signed by Oliver Skipp, Jack. I know it's fantastic. Got it on Sky Sports, Jack. Pretty mad thing. Right. So, like target tonight is, we're going to stick it on 40 likes. So, if you can, hit the like button. Let's get on 40 likes. There's 40 people in. Why not? We're 4 subscribers away from 5,000 subscribers, by the way. So, if you haven't hit that subscribe button already, hit the subscribe button. Let's get to 5K, and then let's focus on the next one after that. It looks well. Dodgy Bullet's selling him now. Well, might turn into Prime Kante. Who knows? What was that? That was McAteer. Actually, yeah, let's go on to Kasey McAteer. I hope for Crewe Alexandra 5 wins in a row if they beat Gillingham. Wow. They're having a good skipjack tuna. Well, I was going to put it in the skip. No pun intended. But there we go. So, where do we start? So, yesterday, Kasey McAteer got submitted of a bid from Ipswich to Leicester to sign him. It was confident that they would actually get it done. They were very confident of it. It wasn't really thought of on the price-wise of it, but yeah, McAteer was linked with Ipswich yesterday, and today, there we go. Kasey McAteer leaves Leicester City Football Club. Ipswich Town reach agreement with Leicester City to sign Kasey McAteer, deal for the 23-year-old right winger. £12 million guaranteed over 3 years. That works out about £4 million a year. Plus add-ons, which could region of about £14 million is what's to be believed. Medical already completed, and Republic of Ireland International joining on a 4-year contract. So that has now been confirmed by Leicester City and Ipswich that Kasey McAteer is now an Ipswich Town player. I think the add-ons are more like a promotion type of thing, and this, that, and the other. Kasey McAteer did put a farewell post out. He says, where do I start? Leicester City has been a part of my life for the past 16 years. It's all I've known since the age of 8 years old. I want to thank everyone at the club, the managers I've worked with, all the coaches, the medical team, and everyone else behind the scenes, including my host, family parents who took me in at the age of 14. I'll be forever grateful for the opportunity given to me to play for this amazing club and all the memories a small few can dream of. Thank you to my teammates for the most amazing memories. It was an honour to share the dressing room and the pitch with you all. I've made friends here that will last a lifetime. To all you fans, thank you for taking me in as one of your own, from being a fan myself in the stands to being sat on a stool as a ball boy. You do make a difference. So keep supporting the boys and the club as it helps us all to strive towards success. I wish you nothing but the best. For the club and the fans, I'll be hoping that the club returns to where it belongs. Lastly, thank you to Kuntop and his family for all the support, belief and the inspiration you have given me to be a better person and player. From my very first day to the last, I already knew what it meant to wear the shirt. Leicester as a city and as a club will always hold a special place in myself and my family's hearts. I'll never forget this place. Thank you again, Kasey McAteer. And, you know, that's good money. It is. Sunderland, what did they get turned down? £8 million, rising to 10 in January. It's profit for Leicester. It is. He's one of our own, come through our academy, and it works towards positivity in the PSR state of things. £14 million is what it's going to rise to. It's a fantastic bit of business for Leicester. Kasey McAteer, a player who gave everything for this club, good defensively, could score goals, and yeah, he always wore the shirt with pride. Kasey, good championship winger, and I wish him all the very best at Ipswich Town. But the thing is, with Leicester now, who are we going to bring in is the big question. Subscribe, 3 more needed. Appreciate that, Mark. Ping, yeah, that's just a TikTok group. Like the look of the Millwall forward. We're going to sad to see him go. I'm gutted Kasey McAteer's gone. It strengthened Ipswich and weakened us. Was a lovely post. Championship is a tough league to get out, man. It is. Remember, he will return soon. Yes, he does. He returns with Ipswich Town at some point. Wish him all the best, but it's a very good deal for us. It is. Southampton signing players in Ipswich, but no Leicester signings. It's not good enough. Yeah. I bet Leicester's media director has written that. Nah, I think it comes from the heart of Kasey. I think he's personally written it himself. But yeah, I wish him all the best. I just hope he bloody don't score against us. You know what Leicester's like when former players come to the King Power. They always seem to get one. We've seen Harvey Barnes get one last season. But yeah, good lad. Always gave everything for this football club. And yeah, I think he'll do well at Ipswich. I don't know if he'll be much of a starter, but I think he'll be more of maybe an impact sub. Squad player. It depends because they've got Jack Clark, haven't they, and Philogene at Hull. Ipswich. So why am I thinking of Hull? It's probably because the Philogene used to play for them. But yeah, good lad. And yeah, wish him all the best. It's good money for Leicester at the end of the day. It is profit, but we need players. We need to bring players in. It's no good keep getting rid of all these players and not getting players in at all. You know, we've got to move quick in this window. We've got 9 days left, so time to get a move on John Rudkin and co. Sam Green would be a good replacement. Doubt it. I would doubt that. Is Bilal still going? I don't know. Sachi yesterday said that they'd made an approach to Villarreal, but then they got knocked back by it. But then he said the deal is still alive with Crystal Palace for Bilal El-Khanous. But Bilal has trained. He was at a training ground today when they took pictures with Birchie, who happy 80th birthday, by the way, to Birch. long servant to his football club as a player, and yeah, great servant. Alan Birchinall, and yeah, much loved by the fans and the club. So happy birthday, Birchie. Hope you've had a great one, mate. Had a right go at my brother earlier. He said, might see if we enter as well. None of that. Right, who ain't subscribed? I don't know. Who hasn't subscribed? Stick your hands up in the air. No, we're not. We're not doing that. But anyway, hit the like button if you enjoyed the stream. 40 likes is what I've stuck on this live, by the way. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and you haven't subscribed already. Another one out the door at Leicester City and more being linked away. That should have been the title, but I just couldn't really think of a title, to be fair. But Leicester City have sold McAteer for 12, Hermanson for 18, so that's 30 million. Ndidi for 9, so that's 39, 41, 42 million we've got in money between 4 players, so we've not done too bad. If you're in, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Are we a 5-a-side tournament this season? I hope we don't bloody turn into Sheffield Wednesday, Chris, with the amount of players they've got, mate. The amount of players we're selling at the minute. 42 mil. I haven't seen any news about Vardy yet. Yeah, it's mad. It's crazy, isn't it, that Jamie Vardy hasn't joined the club yet. I pressed a like even before the show starts. Hit the like button as always. Appreciate it. Right. Let's get into the next piece of transfer news. And it's regarding Wout Faes. I mean, Leicester fans will be happy that this guy leaves the football club. Faes is our best defender at the club, though, isn't he? Best centre-back, by the way. I mean, he did more in the Sheffield Wednesday game and the Preston game than some of the defenders did collectively, to be fair. He's a more physical presence. It's probably what you need. But if he's wanting to leave the football club, then like we say, if you don't want to be here, fine. Get the money from him and get him sold. That's exactly what I'd say. Faes, Besiktas, who have just signed Ndidi, by the way, they're coming to bloody turn into Little Leicester now, aren't they? Besiktas have made an approach for Wout Faes to Leicester City. He's a name on the short list. D'Emilio Dokai was also explored as an option in recent days. So he's on the short list now for Besiktas. If we can get good money for him, I believe if we get more than 6 million from him, it goes into PSR profit again. Wout Faes, we brought him for £15 million a few years back when we sold, obviously, Wesley Fofana. We're not going to get 15 million back for him, but if we can get 6 million plus, I think we'd be quite happy with it again. So, yeah, it'd be an interesting one. I like Faes. There was talks about Vardy could reunite with ex-boss Brendan Rodgers at Celtic. Yeah, I've heard that. Rather it with Vestergaard. Yeah. I picked him in my team versus Charlton. You know what I think of him? Well, you've got the hair to match it, haven't you, Chris? All you need is a pair of shorts, man, some socks. And Faes at the back of the shirt, mate. I'll be over the moon if Faes goes. I think we can get £10 million. I remember his debut when he scored. Well, it wasn't his debut when he scored them 2 own goals against Liverpool. That's one which is very bitter in the memory for me. So yeah, Faes, like I said, we can get more good money for him, then we sell. It'd be good to Steve, if you want to come in, mate, and have a chat. We'll chat about Wout Faes and what your thoughts are on McAteer. Tyler Dibley going for 42 mil. Needs to get 40 for Bilal. Yeah, Bilal's not got a release clause now, has he, Mark? So it'd be good to get that type of money for him, mate. But this is the thing. Could we keep Bilal? Potentially. I don't know. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what exactly happens. I think Steve's on bloody walkabouts. Are we going on a tour around Lincoln? Are you going up Lincoln Hill for me or what?
No, I've just come back from the gym, so I'm just walking back home.
Right. I want to get, before we touch more on Wout Faes, I want to touch on McAteer. Good deal for Leicester all round?
Yeah, very good deal for Leicester. I think the fact that he's not good enough to get ahead of Fatawu, and we have, replacements in Marcel and, as much as I hate to admit it, Cordova Reed as backup. It's pure profit, so it makes sense to sell. There's no point in keeping a player that is not going to start games, that's for sure. And he's not very impactful when he comes on either. So, 12 million rising to potentially 15. I'm glad.
Steve, Heffy says, nobody shouted Rookin's name. Do you give Rookin a little credit for getting this one and the big money that we have got for McAteer?
Yeah,
I know it comes under a lot of criticism, but when deals like this are happening, and we've obviously, some would say we've pulled the pants down for Ipswich for this deal, but do you sort of give him that credit that he's due for this type of deal? And obviously some of the others that have been linked away today, that it seems like John Rudkin's very much off his holidays.
Well, that's it. I think you actually do. As much as we give John Rudkin a lot of shit for some of the decisions he's made in the last few years, you have to give him the positives and the accolade when he's done something right. And I think this is the case where he has done something correct. And it's about time that he's done his job. He doesn't very often, but when he does, he must be drunk today. That's why he's getting it done.
It must be on bloody summer, this is the most we've seen from Leicester City in a day, I think. But I always say Fridays seem to be a big day for Leicester City in a transfer window, and every Friday we've seen to have heard a lot more. And it's good to see that we have got good money. It's a good move for Kasey. It's a good project for him. Good money for Leicester City all round. And I like Kasey as a player. He's a really nice guy as well. Met him quite a few times over the time at Leicester. He's under Enzo, developed quite well. The injury came at the wrong time in his season in that championship. And then obviously Enzo ended up leaving, so you never really seen that second year development of McAteer, which I think would have been in Enzo's plans. But that's the thing. I'll let Steve come back when he's sat down and sorted. I'll give him some credit for once he brings in some quality. Maybe Rudkin has been given an ultimatum. Well, we never know, do we? 3-1 Charlton. Unbelievable, Michael. Michael, I expect better from you, mate. I expect better from you, my mate. 4-0 Leicester, mate. We couldn't even put 4 past Preston. So I don't know how we're going to put 4 past Charlton.
Oh,
Tom, you must be on something John Rudkin's on, mate. I'm telling you. If he's on something today, you must be the same if you're predicting us to win 4-0. We must be turning up with a bloody superb performance before we've even kicked a game. If you know something we don't, I want to know.
Oh, sorry about that.
So, Steve, Wout Faes is the name that's been very much approached by Besiktas. Obviously, they had signed Wilfred Ndidi for about £9 million. They did meet the release clause.
Yep.
They are looking to come and do business at Leicester City again, which we've not scared them off. So fantastic. It's good to see that clubs want to come back and have a look, see what else we've got on this Sunday car boot. Well, it's like a Friday car boot, isn't it?
Yeah.
But what's your thoughts on the Faes one? Because it says £6 million plus is going to be profit for Leicester in this PSR mode. So Rudkin again might work his business in getting a big fee out of Besiktas for Wout Faes.
So I think you're probably looking at about £10 million for Faes at this point. I don't think we're going to get much more than that. He's been saying for a while that he wants to leave. So it makes sense to get him gone. I'm a bit sort of disappointed in the sense that he's still our best central defender, so we'd need to replace him.
Yeah.
Or have one of the young lads step up. But, hopefully that person is Nelson and we see him a bit more. But, only time will tell. But, yeah, getting rid of Faes when he doesn't want to be here and he doesn't like the fan base. Yeah, chuck him in the bin. I said that I'll drive him to Turkey if he likes. It's a long way to go, but I've driven to Poland. It's not that further on, so...
£10 million isn't worth 10 quid.
Yeah.
Well,
he's a Belgium international, isn't he? So, he holds some, as much as we think he's shit.
Yeah.
A lot of clubs will say, well, he's a Belgium international, he's been to the World Cup, he's played in the Premier League. We can change him around and make him into a good player again. So
And if he can be the Franz Beckenbauer at another club and he believes in what his ego's telling him, then fantastic. It hasn't worked for him here, has it? £15 million is what we spent on him a few years back. Didn't really. He started off quite well at Leicester, and then something just wasn't right after a period of time, and just hasn't found that start since.
Yeah, I think obviously the 2 goals conceded, the way he scored the own goals for Liverpool was the downfall, really, wasn't it? He was quite when he came in, we started quite poorly that season, but then we started picking results up towards the end of the year. Then the World Cup came around, and we all went to tit, really. But yeah, I think he's a decent enough player for a Turkish side for sure. If they can sign Wilfred Ndidi, and he's a decent player but has lost his way, then Faes should be world class in that league.
Yeah, I think. Do you know what? If we can sell him to Besiktas and they are seriously interested, there's obviously 2 defenders they're looking at on a short list, aren't they? Faes and somebody else is what's been mentioned. But if we can get good money for him, we let him go, don't we? But the thing is, we're Leicester, Dan. It's all right selling all these players good and well and getting money for them. Obviously, we've earned about, £42 million at this minute in time. If Wout Faes say he gets 10 million from that's £52 million. Without selling Bilal El-Khanous, by the way, which we don't know what's happening there and how much Leicester's digging their heels into sort of looking at that deal. But I think it'd be a good move if Leicester can get the right money for him.
Yeah, absolutely. That's it. Like what we've said. At the minute, he's the best guy we could possibly have at the back there, Coley accepted. But things have gone on far too long, and things need to move on. So, like we keep saying, we need a refresh at the end of the day. That's the biggest thing with the club, and hopefully now, after God knows how long, it seems like it's finally happening. Maybe what. We've had 1 or 2 players linked that we don't want to go, but as it is, they've not gone. And it's ones that we have wanted out the door. Okay, might say Mad's exception. So it's been not too bad. Like I say, just a couple more to go, and then we won't be far away.
After this year, the club will be out of trouble. Then a rebuild if the owners are up to it next year. Maybe. I know Leicester City said a 3-year period, didn't they? I think that's what came out of Susan Whelan's statement. It's been 2 years now since they said it'd take 3 years max to get them back to some sort of normality. Maybe that's the plan for Leicester now. They've seen that they can get rid of players. Obviously, wages has been a massive issue. We've let the darts of Danny Ward go, Vardy, Daniel Everson, Wilfred Ndidi, Connor Cody. Mads would have been on about 20k. McAteer. So, that's
it. Certainly, the 4 of Vardy, Cody, Ward and Ndidi, they would have been on big dough. They'd have been on big money. So it's good. It's good money back. Not just the transfer fees that we've got for 2 of them, 3 of them.
Right,
but it's more the money that we've got off the books, wages wise. So,
Dan, it's a hostile takeover. It's our show now.
That's it. Exactly. Yeah. Dog's been in demand. Look, he's disappeared on us.
Dog keeps barking, man. I just can't hear what you're saying. I'm downstairs now, so I'm all right. But yeah, carry on.
No, as I was saying before, you got accosted by the dog there. No, for me, it's not just the money.
Oh,
it's not just the money that we've got in for 3 of them, but it's more the money that we've got off the books, wages wise. That's the biggest thing. That's what's killed us for at least 4 years. Before the season before. So
I'm guilty as charged. He's best of God's dog. How did you know, Tony? No, it's not really. Dog's gone after the cat. Yeah, exactly. Just like the bloody Leicester players need to go after the ball tomorrow and keep
That's
it.
it. Well, hopefully so.
Steve, I've just touched on it with Dan about the 3-year period that Susan Whelan said that it'd take 3 years to get back to some sort of normality. Do you think that's the sort of approach that you think the club's taking?
Well, it has to be. The issue is that we still have one very high loss on the books coming towards the end of the year. So next season that will drop out again, and then it'll be the championship season, this season, and then next season on the account. So realistically, we'll be a lot better off come this next summer with the people that we're selling now and the wages we've knocked off the budget. But yeah, I think a lot of people don't realise that yes, we get parachute payments, but we're in the second phase of the parachute payments. We don't get the full amount that we did the first time we went down. We get the lesser amount because it's the second time we went down. So there is a hole to fill, and the only way you can do that as a football club is by signing an illegal betting sponsor for the shirt, maybe, or selling assets that will give you profit. And looks like we've gone down one way and realised we couldn't do that. So we've gone down the other way now. But look, we all know that these players that are on high wages that haven't performed to the wages that they've earned. Let's be honest. You look at Samara and his 70 grand a week. I don't think he's anywhere near half that wage, let alone the amount we're paying him now. Harry Wink's the same. And to get players like Cody and Hermansen and Didi on his 90 grand a week, Jamie Vardy out of contract, that's a significant amount of money that's already been saved. That I'd like to think if we were to get the playoff this year and we jumped up next summer, we would have a war chest to spend, a bit like Sunderland. But if that's not the case and we stay down, at least we're on the right side of the EFL this time, and we won't be put under a business plan, a potential transfer embargo, and that sort of situation. And again, just thirdly, if we don't sign anybody come the end of this window, it looks to me like it's a little bit like asset stripping for the club. 100%. We're selling players to make the accounts look better for a potential sale next summer. So, I don't like to think like that, but it could very much happen. And then if that is the case, it's a clear indication that they don't want to own the club anymore and they'll look to sell.
That's it. I think the 1st of September may be very different conversations we're all having about the football club, which
maybe. I just think, you look at Bilal, he's unsettled with all this speculation that's going on. The agents are in their ears, the season started, and players get unsettled quite a lot, don't they, until the transfer window's ended. Bilal looked happy enough today at Leicester City when they put the pictures out again. So he hasn't gone anywhere. It doesn't seem like it's very close with Palace at all regarding that move. If it was, then they'd say, okay, then you're not travelling to London with us. You might as well just stay at home, and then we just won't play you. So that's why I sort of looked at it with Bilal, innit? They're obviously weighing up different options. Palace have basically said, well, the counter offer that Leicester's basically said to them, we're not 100% committed to what Leicester said to us. So John Rudkin's dug his deals in, hasn't he, Dan, with that, and said, well, okay, then, this is what we think he's worth. If you're not willing to pay what we think he's worth, then maybe you do need to look elsewhere. And obviously Tyler Diblin was one that got linked with Crystal Palace a few days ago. He's now agreed to move to Everton.
Yeah.
Now that leaves, obviously, the Villarreal player who they're very much looking at as well, Crystal Palace. But it all depends now how this takes its twists and turns. If it means selling other players and keeping Bilal, then, would you sort of take that?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, why would you not? Yes, he is a valuable asset to us, but if we keep him, like what we were saying about Abdul the other day, sometimes these players, their worth on value on paper, it is not as much as what it would be to us if we do end up going back up. You're talking, you get, say, 35 million for Bilal, but if he stays and he's part of a team that gets us back up to the Premier League, then you're talking 200 million. So you offset that.
Steady on.
Well, you know.
The feast the next Jude Bellingham, I want to know where you're looking.
No, sorry. No, not as in, no, sorry. I mean, as in what you would gain by going up to the Premier League.
Sponsorships
Not
the money.
Not the value of the player. Yeah.
The revenue.
Sorry.
Right. That's all right.
Yeah, no, that's it. The
I didn't
value,
want you getting carried away there looking into the future.
No.
Yeah.
You almost had the same face as when Reece said that Samara is really fast. I almost gave you that face then.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I'd fully take that if I was, if that's what I was meaning by him being worth 200 million if we go up to the Premier. No, I don't think even Monga in 2 years' time will be worth that to Real Madrid if it all goes ahead as they keep saying.
Steve, only worrying thing who goes down this year, if we stay down, how hard it will be next year.
Yes and no. I mean, you have to look at it in the sense of whoever goes down next year could have PSR issues as themselves. I mean, if Leeds were to go down, or even Sunderland, if they were to go down, I don't know what their situation would be with the amount of money they spent so far this summer. So, and we all know that the shark circle at these clubs when they have got a couple of quality players that could be picked up on the cheap. So, yeah, it's all up in the air. I don't want to think about next season until we get to the end of this season because we don't know where we're going to be. We don't know what league we're going to be in, who's at the club, if the manager's still here, if we're going to be sold. And in regards to teams coming down, you know, they could lose quite a lot of their players and not be able to reinvest. Or, you know, we saw Luton invest money and not do great the following season and get relegated. So, you know, it can happen. But yeah, I'm more bothered about this season than next season. I want to see signs on the pitch that we're going the right direction rather than thinking of where we could potentially be. Because, you know, hindsight is a wonderful thing. We started last season. We probably all thought, well, we might have enough there. We clearly didn't after 3 or 4 games. But I think we all sort of resign ourselves to going down again.
I agree. So I mean, this has been doing the rounds on ex-ante. I don't know if you've seen it, Dan. Sevilla. There's been a few little posts here and there about them coming in for a Leicester City player. Talking with Leicester to sign a player. I don't know the position or the name as of yet. I imagine the rumour will come out soon to who it is. Obviously, Harry Winks has been linked to Spain. I think it was Valencia, wasn't it, Steve, before the Fiorentina game. And then you look at the game. No, it wasn't. It was the Sheffield Wednesday game before that game. Bouba Samare has obviously been at Sevilla.
He's been on loan.
I sort of look at him and think maybe it's him because he's been on loan there. They've obviously holding interest with him this summer transfer window at the start. Maybe they sort of thought, okay, then well, maybe we could see when that one came about, that interest, it said about £8 million with what they was going to pay. So I'm like, okay, then well, if you get £8 million for Bouba Samare, I'm like, mate, see you later. You know, I know we bought him for 17 million 4 years ago. But 8 million's better than losing him for nothing in the summer.
Well, if you got 8 million for either of the two that we thinking it could be, you'd take it. So, you know, ideally, yes, we would all prefer it to be Bouba because it's been about as much use as a chocolate fireguard of late. So, well, say of late, but his entire Leicester City career. But, you know, we can only, like I say, put 2 and 2 together and we'll see whether it makes 4 or what. But if, as I say, if that's the sort of money that they're seriously talking about, that, as I say, for either one of those, I think we might be having to stop our cap to Mr. Rudkin again and say, well done. But, you know, until it all comes out, we don't know. So, yeah, I did see that float around quite a few times today, but it was all in Spanish, I'm assuming, and nobody seemed to be able to translate 100% as to what it was saying. So
I've translated it. I put the translator on, so I'm all good. I'm not going to speak in Spanish. So.
No. That's it.
Steve, this one looks like a big week for Leicester. 9 days left of the transfer. Is it about 8 days and about 11 hours left of the transfer window? How do you sort of see it going before we move on to the two of the other pieces that we're going to talk about? Where do you sort of look at it? Who do you think could potentially clubs could come in for? What's your sort of thinking? Has Rudkin now found his mojo in this transfer window, is what I'm supposed to be saying?
Let's not go too far. We all know that, you know, everyone can last a couple more minutes extra in bed when they want to. You know, it depends who he's thinking about. If he's thinking about Wout Faes, he might last a little bit longer than he usually does. So I think we're likely to see 3 or 4 more players leave, possibly some on loan as well. I think you can probably count on Wout Faes not being here. Justin, I think, will probably end up at Leeds as well. And then it's a case of Kristiansen to Forest, maybe, and then whoever's left over. We know that Marty wants a squad that's a bit thinner.
He wants to shrink it quite quickly.
Yeah, and then realistically, I like to think we can bring in 4 players. And I know that we're Leicester and we take a while to bring players in, but it can happen overnight. Look at McAteer. We didn't expect him to go to Ipswich, and then suddenly, boom, he's gone. You know, those videos were taken of him yesterday. That shows how quick it came out. So
I didn't realise that.
Martin the morning, done the pictures at the time, and then he's gone by today. It's like, okay,
yeah, exactly. So
anything. Maybe we're going to be expecting that, Steve. Just players just come out like nothing's ever happened. Like, you know, here's a player, and here's a player. Like, okay.
Yeah, I think we'll probably see more likely to have players coming on loan because there's no limit to the Championship as such compared to last year in the Premier League where you could only have 2 domestic signings on loan.
Yeah, that's it.
We could see, because a lot of Premier League clubs, their younger lads leave towards the end of the window anyway because they don't not actually part of the squad, and most teams are already set up and just add a little bit more quality. So we can see a lot more movement this week. I think it's going to be very busy, that's for sure. We're going to be looking at deadline day and potentially bringing in sort of 2 or 3 players on deadline day.
Hey, you never know. Maybe we'll get Trey Noni back on loan from Liverpool.
Possibly. Well, at least they can pay us the fucking money first before they do it.
Exactly. That's it.
Ain't Neil Danz's son, ain't they looking to send him out on loan, you know?
Yeah. Good goal scorer he is.
It remains to be seen. You know what we got? 42 million at the minute. Maybe look at it. Maybe if it is 50 million that we have to do for PSR, then if we have to sell an player for say £10 million, which could be fast, that gives us a £2 million profit to sort of look at someone on the wages on a free agent, maybe. And then obviously other players where you look at, but we'll see. Dan, I'm going to come to you with this one. Nottingham Forest. Give Me Sport have put this up. I don't know how much we take into this consideration, but Forest was rumoured about a month ago, I think, Steve?
Yeah, that's right.
Kristiansen. That was at the start of the window. Nottingham Forest have now inquired about the possibility of being able to sign him. They're saying it's they're saying he's on about 25 grand a week at Leicester, according to Capology. They're also saying that Forest could potentially look to sign him for about £10 million. We obviously brought him for about 17 mil. I think it was.
I think it was 14, and then there was add-ons on top.
Yeah.
So, what's your thoughts on Kristiansen? Obviously, he's not had the best of time at Leicester City. He's just, some would say, effort more than quality. But
that's it.
Would you get rid? Take the £10 million and run? What do you think?
I most definitely would take the £10 million and run. My only concern about it at this moment in time is that Nuno's obviously kicked off, and it looks like he might be getting the sack. So, so who knows where that will leave that? But at the end of the day, as in Victor leaving the club, I think that's the best move all round, because he's never really shown us anything.
No.
He doesn't seem that interested in being here, because it seemed to be as soon as he walked in the door, he was trying to climb over the back gate and get out for whatever reason that may be. So, yeah, he is one of those where, unfortunately, sure, he's a nice guy, and I'm sure, like what everybody keeps going, well, he got Bologna into the Champions League or whatever it was. It's like,
Yeah,
well,
and
it
he said
wasn't just
he
him, was
didn't want
it?
to come back to Leicester City. That's what he
Yeah,
said.
exactly. Like I say, it is one of them where you go, he doesn't want to be here. We don't particularly want him. Let's move on. Let's shake hands, say thank you very much, and go off.
The only
if we
sort
get
of
10 million quid, brilliant, helps us.
the only sort of input is with Kristiansen. He's got an injury, any Steve at this minute in time.
Yeah, a potential fractured jaw is what I heard.
It's what it is. What's your thoughts on Kristiansen? I mean, I'd be sell at this point. When you start even the names that have come out today, it's been absolute carnage on the Leicester City socials thing regarding McAteer, Wout Faes, Victor Kristiansen. Then that Sevilla one came out and we're thinking, what the hell is going on here at Leicester City? Well, it's the actual floodgates opening. What's your thoughts on Kristiansen? I don't think he's Premier League level. I don't personally. I think maybe he could go back to the Serie A and do well again, but he's just not good enough, Steve, I'm afraid, and he's not really shown his £14 million, whatever we signed him for, in the worth that we've actually got out of him.
No, I agree. It's a bit like Christmas morning, when we looked at all the Twitter with like Wout Faes leaving and Kristiansen and McAteer. I got a little bit excited, to be honest. But yeah, he's not good enough. We say it quietly because I don't want any Forest fans to realise that he's not good enough, to be honest. But, my go-to saying is I'm happy to put these people in the back of the van and drive them there. Luckily, it's not that far up the road to go.
Not
from
you,
Leicester
no.
to Forest. No, but yeah, honestly, he's not good enough. I get sort of Ben Chilwell against Millwall vibes with Kristiansen. A bit sort of scared of the ball at times. Doesn't want to do certain bits, and he's just not good enough. We wasted a lot of money on him. I think we panic signed him, and he just proved that he wasn't up to the level of the Premier League. But if he goes to Forest, good, off you go. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. We've still got Aluko. We've got Thomas, but we have Thomas at least.
Bloody hell. West Ham's losing 4-1.
Yeah, terrible. And the fans are leaving as well.
That's 7 goals he's conceded in 2 games, by the way. He's turned into Danny Ward.
Good move.
John Rudkin's another masterpiece.
Any of that either, Let's not tell West Ham now. We've made him look like Kasey has to get that deal done. So John Rudkin, you've done well with that one. So there's another credit in the book. You made him look like he's the world's best goalkeeper in the world, John Rudkin. So we may have sold him for £18 million and not got what we were, but I think West Ham fans want that money back after this game.
Oh, God. That goal then was like he flapped it straight to Kasey, and he just, straight in the back. Awful.
Unbelievable. Dan, Mihajlo Ivanovic is the name that got linked yesterday. Leicester have made the inquiry to Millwall as they look to bring a striker in. Finally, we've had some striker news. We've been desperate need. We've been sweating over this summer transfer window. Thinking we can't. But
that's it.
Well, the panic's over. We have inquired about Mihajlo Ivanovic. He's 20 years old, Serbian. He's tall. Can score goals. I think he got 13 goals last season for the Lions. So they're quite significant. I think Parma bidded £8 million for him. They rejected that and they said they want a bit more. So it seems like bloody Dickinson's real deal, doesn't it? They offer a certain amount on the table, then they say, I want a bit more, please. Well, how much more do you bloody want, mate? What do you reckon about Mihajlo Ivanovic? Obviously, he's highly rated, young striker, and maybe that's something that could be very good long-term for Leicester City.
Absolutely. I would rather us not just inquire about him. I'd rather us just go and bloody get him and stop messing around. Because if not, the more you keep ringing up and offering him 50p more or saying, go on, how much is he really?
Yeah.
Somebody else can come in and take him. And for me, from what I've seen of him, he looks like he has the potential to be a superstar. And yes, he is a big lad, but as they come out with, he's got good feet
5'1".
for a big lad as well. Yeah.
What? Is it
Yeah.
5'1"?
He's not doing very well. He's not doing very well tonight.
Wait, is it 5-1? God damn it! I'm like a minute behind on my stream. God damn it.
Enzo Maresca's probably giving him a good walloping, isn't it?
That's it. So, cheers, lads. You should have come to us last season for 30.
West Ham fans are going to be fuming.
West Ham are going down this year.
They're going
I
to be
think
fuming.
they are.
I think they sacked Potter just after the international window, and they crumble.
Yeah.
I can't keep up, Ray. I don't think we can.
I wouldn't be surprised, and I'm going to put this out there now, and as a bold prediction, that if Marty doesn't get us promoted, he leaves the club at the end of the season, and we get Graham Potter in again for the 4th time. We try and get him in.
I bloody hope not.
Yeah, I don't want Graham Potter.
The club have a hard on for him, to be fair.
Yeah, I know, and I think that line's been very much blocked in the last few.
Yeah.
Oh, that goalkeeping again! Oh my god!
Yeah, he's not doing too well.
Steve, come on, mate! You got to act like he's because he has at this point. We can't keep wanting them till we get money back.
Don't worry, he's gone. He's gone.
Don't worry, Steve.
Don't worry, he's gone.
About what he's doing. You know, like that Danny Ward at Wrexham. Stop worrying about him. They've left the club. They want bigger and better things, apparently. So you let them go and do what they're doing.
That's it.
Trust, exactly. You know, and hopefully he's here for a few years.
He's got a foot mob rating of 4.2.
Oh dear.
Oh god.
No, it's a 3.3 now. Jesus.
No, it bloody ain't 6-1. We're not bloody doing that. West Ham have collapsed.
Yeah.
I think bloody Mads Hermansson's bloody hands have collapsed after the amount of goals he's conceded. He's thinking, I can't do any more. Anyone got owe him a drink for 18 million was a good deal. What? I ain't got his number, no. None of us have. Steve, what can you tell us on Mihailo Ivanovic? Do you think now with the money that we've got from McAteer and that, do you think maybe we could knock on Millwall's door this weekend and sort of put a deal together with Millwall? Because nowadays it's not money up front now, is it? It's more these instalments bloody period like bloody Ipswich have got us paid.
Yes, so bear in mind it's amortized over the contract. So
that's it.
Look, if they want £14 million for him because they rejected a bid for Palmer for 8, I believe. Because they wanted 13.
Was it as much as that? I thought it was a bit less than that. I thought it was more like
it might have been
6 million.
6. It's there or thereabouts. I think it was €8 million, but it was £6 million.
That's it.
Also, we get because it's the annoying thing here is that a lot of the time we're dealing with European clubs and they say euros, which is more, but actually it's less. But anyway, it's he's a tall player that is good in the air, but also he's quite skillful.
He is.
He's somebody that I would be very happy to bring in. He's only 20. Yeah. He's got a bright future ahead of him, and he knows the league already. We're not bringing in somebody that hasn't played in the league. That's with Abdul potentially putting balls into the box, and Mavididi maybe doing 14 step overs and finally putting it into the box. It'd be a nice guy to have on the edge.
Maybe it'd be push him to put the ball in the box a bit quicker if he's got actually somebody in the box to hit.
Yes, exactly. So, you know, over the course of maybe 4 or 5 years, that sort of transfer fee is quite small. But again, it depends on whether or not the club wants to go out and spend that type of money. I'd like to think so, but you know, we don't. The annoying thing is that this is all speculation because we never know what the financial situation of the club is. It could be a case where we're like, we've got 15 million to spend, 20 million to spend now, or we have nothing. Still, you know, so
I would like to think. I mean, if you look at it as a way of, he's 20. You give him a 5-year contract to make it easy. It's 3 million a year over that contract. So we must have that minimum.
And he'd have a sell-on value as well.
100%. That's it.
You know, so
that's it.
Yeah, it is, but it's beggars belief, isn't it, with Leicester? You don't know where you're coming and going. And I think we will bring in a striker. I think we spend... Sorry, my cat is trying to... What are you doing?
It's all right. We've had cats and dogs.
Yeah, that's it.
I think we spend money on a striker and then we loan in the rest of the players we need.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Boys, I've got some news in from Zinny Boswell on James Justin. James Justin's still a player Leeds United are very much interested in. But after his injury, it's complicated talks with Leicester City, but they have other targets too.
It's a bloody dead leg, man.
It's a bloody dead leg, man. I don't get it. I just don't understand it. Silko Thomas and Wanya Marshall are not in the team tonight for the under-21s. They look like they're going to be travelling up to Charlton tomorrow with the boys to the game. Mads Hermansen's got a 3.3 in rating, is what's just put up.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
But yeah.
Jesus did indeed weep.
That's crazy, honestly. Someone said Jack Harrison for £10 million.
Oh, shut
No,
up.
thank
Why?
you.
What?
No, thank you. Why? Let me guess. Was it Arthur by any chance?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, no, yeah, Arthur. Bugger off, mate. Bugger off.
Yeah.
We ain't dealing with any Leeds players. Thank you very much, especially not Jack Harrison, who turned us down originally a few years ago because we offered him 120 grand a week to sign for us when Rodgers was here in that January, and then he went back to Leeds and signed for them a new contract. But no, I'd steer clear of any Leeds player that isn't Willie Nonto.
Yeah, I agree. Evening. How are we? But I appreciate it. No, that is it, boys. Dan, you haven't been on, have you, for the predictions for the Charlton game? What's your prediction for the game?
I would like to think that we will redeem ourselves after the last two games, and maybe the fact that quite a few of them now have come out and mentioned about the disappointment from the crowd, that they will actually perhaps take that upon themselves. I know I might be wishful thinking here, and they'll win 3-1.
Fantastic. Joe, what's your thoughts on Scott Twine? Scott Twine to replace McAteer?
I'd take Scott Twine. He's a good dead ball specialist, and still fairly young. He could do a job for us.
I agree. Right, boys, that is it for the late night whistle. We've done an hour, haven't we? So go and check out the match preview. We were joined by Steve, Kate, and two of the boys from Charlton yesterday. Go and check out Championship predictions. I don't know how the Derby game's getting on, but
it's 1-0 Bristol City at the moment.
1-0 Bristol City. So go and check out the Championship predictions. Dan, thanks for coming on, mate.
No worries, bud. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Steve, thanks for coming on, pal.
No worries, bud. See you next week.
Steve, go and check out one of the comments on my tweet.
Okay.
Skip shirt. Go and reply to it. No, I appreciate it, Steve. Take care, mate. That is it from me then. Take care. Evening 8. We were due for a good day. I have to get up at 7 a.m. on Saturday, yeah. Guys, always hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Like target's 40, so if you can smash that and we get past it, you guys are the best. But yeah, thanks for watching. Take care. Have a great rest of the night, wherever you're up to. Keep it the final whistle. Matchday vlog out tomorrow. It's Charlton versus Leicester City at the Valley Lane. Can the Foxes get back on track? Let's see. I'll be heading to the Valley for that one. But see you soon.